Hey, welcome to NYI FYI. In today's video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each of the different NYI jerseys that the team has worn throughout the years and then rank them from S tier to F tier on this tier maker. On the tier maker I'm using, we have S being the greatest, A, B, C, D, and F, which are self-explanatory, and I'm going to be using the NHL Uniforms website as a reference to every jersey that the team has worn. Um, so yeah, we can get started. The first one I'll begin with will be the OGs from 1972 to 1973. These ones, so the OGs, they were worn just one season in between 1972 and 1973, and they are pretty similar to the Islanders jerseys that we know, but a few differences being is they're just kind of old fashioned. I'm not sure what it is about them. They just don't have a modern feel to them. And they don't have the names on the back of the jerseys, which to me just doesn't seem right for a hockey jersey. Um, there's only so low I can put the OGs, but these definitely are not my favorite ones. So with the 1972 and 1973 jerseys, I'm going to put them in a C tier ranking. Again, not the worst. They're just a bit old fashioned for my tastes, and without the names on the back, it just doesn't feel right to me. So yeah, I think a C tier ranking fits them pretty well. The next one we have are the jerseys from 1973 to 1976. They're very similar to the OG ones, except the numbering color scheme is a little bit different on them. On the blue jerseys, where the numbers they're in white now, and yeah, I mean, again, it's very similar. And I'm gonna put them in the C tier ranking with the other ones for the same reasons as the OGs. They're just not very modern, and I like the more modern jerseys. And I just don't feel right without having the names on the back of these hockey jerseys. Next up, we have the 1976 to 1977 jerseys. And to me, these are the same ones as the ones from 1973 to 1976. Yes, I know. It says that the outer blue trim was changed. Um, I don't really see a difference on them. So it's going to be the same reasoning as the previous one as to why I'm putting it into C tier. 1977 to 1978. Now we're starting to get into iconic New York Islander jerseys. I I wouldn't say these are my absolute favorites, but they're one of my favorites. They're just iconic. We have the names on the back, which is what I want to see on a hockey jersey, and they're very aesthetically appealing. These are A tier jerseys. You really can't get too much better than these, although we will at some point in our jersey history. But again, these are very nice, great jerseys. No issues. So the next jerseys in 1978 through 1984. It's not really much change from the previous ones. There were just some minor changes to the stripes on the aways. Again, these are beautiful jerseys. Not my absolute favorites, but very nice jerseys, just like the ones from 1977 to 1978. Plus, these ones have the appeal of being the ones that the Isles wore in their Cup dynasty, so they're going to be relevant to pretty much any Islanders fan because every fan watches the Cup dynasty highlights. So there's no way anyone should be able to put these below an A tier ranking. So the next jersey set, the team wore about a decade from 1984 to 1995. And again, it's pretty similar to the previous jerseys that they wore. They just changed the appearance of the name, going to just pure white text. So yeah, not really too much different here. I'm gonna put it in the same tier as the previous two. This is an A tier jersey. It's kind of iconic. It's what you pretty much associate with the New York Islanders, and similar to the previous two, it has a great aesthetic appearance to it. 1995 to 1997, the team made the switch to one of the most polarizing jerseys in sports history. Of course, I'm talking about the New York Islanders fisherman jersey. Now, this is the type of jersey you can't be in the middle on. You have to be on one of the extreme ends. You're either going to love the jersey or you're going to hate the jersey. And me personally, and this might help because I'm just in my early 30s, so I didn't really have to live through the difficult times of the 90s, but this is my absolute favorite jersey. It's just so unique, so eye-catching that I can't help but to love the aesthetic appeal of this jersey. Yes, I know the team sucked while they were wearing the jersey, but I don't care. This is my absolute favorite. This is an S tier jersey set, and I wish the team would go back to wearing these jerseys full time. That's how great they are. Now, in contrast, the next jersey sets where they pretty much took the fisherman jersey and put the old logo on it. I hate this. This feels like it's a half-assed effort to kind of combine the previous two jerseys, and it just doesn't work. It if you're gonna have the teal jersey, you can't have the iconic logo on it. It has to be the fisherman logo. You just it, it's just a complete mess in my opinion. It doesn't work out well in the least. This is an absolute F tier jersey. I hate it. So now in 1998 through 2002, the team is kind of taking a step back to its roots and going back to the old iconic jerseys, but with a little bit of a twist. It's not the real Islanders iconic blue jerseys, it's more of a navy blue, and to me, it just doesn't feel right to me. I feel as if the Isle jerseys have to have, the OG blue and not navy blue. So yeah, these ones they just don't feel right to me. It's not it's not a real Islanders jersey in my opinion. It's kind of mid. I don't think they're as bad as the previous ones from 1996 to 1998, but they're definitely not good jerseys. I'll put them as a D tier jersey. Not the worst, but definitely mid at best. Okay, so here is the 2002 to 2007 jersey set. And the home and aways, they're the same as the previous two, but they did add a new third jersey, which we know as the pumpkin jersey. And this one is also a polarizing jersey in our fan base's discussion. But in my opinion, I absolutely love the pumpkin jersey. It's just so nice. And I may be biased because this is when I started really following the team. Those Islander teams that wouldn't, be first round exits, but they did start making the playoffs. And, they had Jason Blake, Michael Pekka, Alexei Yashin, Chris Osgood. That's kind of what I associate that jersey with. Um, So again, it just might be biased from my own personal experience, but I have very positive memories as a teenager with that pumpkin jersey. So that is going to um, pump these jerseys up in the tier ranking up to, I'd say, either a strong C, maybe a weak B. Yeah, I think I'll go with a weak B here just because of those pumpkin third jerseys. They're great. I wish they would bring them back someday. So the next set of Isles jerseys, they're the ones that the team just had for 1 year from 2007 to 2008. And it just might be my own personal bias here because the team at the time wasn't very good and they were on a descent downwards. But even trying to ignore that, I still think they're just very ugly jerseys. I don't know, again, what they were trying to do here, but the sleeves, they just have too much going on, in my opinion, and it doesn't really work well with the rest of the jersey. Plus, the home blues, it's just not the right shade of blue. I don't think they're the absolute worst jerseys, but they're not very good at all. So I'm going to put them as a D tier ranking. In an unbelievable move, they did bring back the OG blues for the 2008 2010 seasons, but they used it as the alternate uniform, and that's just crazy when thinking about how much better the OG blues are versus the navy blues. So, just based on that, I'm going to put these jersey sets in tier F. But had they just got rid of the navy blues and kept the OG blues, I would have put them in the A tier where they, well, maybe B tier because the sleeves, they're still a bit strange, but they would definitely be much higher than F tier. But considering that they put the OG blues as the alternative here, I don't really have a choice but to put this in the F tier. So in 2010, 2011, the team finally started making some good decisions with regards to its jerseys, and they pretty much went back to a very similar design um, as their original jerseys were. We have the right shade of blue on their home jerseys. Um, the away whites, they're iconic. Not really too much to say negative about these jerseys. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna put them right where I put most of the 1970s jerseys in the A tier. Yeah, so you know how I was just giving the team compliments on doing the right thing with their 2010 to 2011 jersey set? I'm going to do a complete 180 right now with this one from 2011 to 2014. In these years, the team introduced one of the ugliest jerseys, not just in NYI history, but in sports history. That black trash bag jersey that they introduced right there in the middle of that image is just such a disgrace, and I absolutely hated seeing the team wear those jerseys. I don't know who designed it, but whoever did, I hope they got fired because that is just such an embarrassment. This is obviously F tier just because of that third jersey. It's horrific. Yeah, so the team was down pretty bad for a few years between 2011 and 2014. Fortunately, the team did seem to correct previous mistakes in 2014 and 15 by introducing a new third jersey specifically for the outdoor game they had at Yankee Stadium. And this one was pretty nice. I mean, the third jersey here isn't my absolute favorite, but it's night and day compared to that black trash can jersey they had previously. Um, and I know the logo is a bit different than the iconic one, but I think it's pretty nice. I mean, it's just the NY, but it fits in pretty well with the blue background of the jersey, and I think it's pretty aesthetically appealing. I mean, when I was watching the Yankee Stadium game, the team, I mean, they looked real fresh in their jerseys, and it definitely passed my eye test at least. So I'm going to put these jerseys into the B tier. Not the best they've ever had, but definitely above average in my opinion. So after doing one good year of a third jersey, they just go back to the black and white color scheme in 2015 to 2017. And I know why they did it. I mean, they were moving to Brooklyn and they wanted to kind of have the same color scheme as the basketball team that played there, but it just doesn't fit what the New York Islanders are. It's just not a color scheme that works with us. And just kind of like the black jerseys from 2011 to 2014, these ones they just didn't work well. I can't really explain, but it just didn't have that vibe that the team needed to have. I don't think they're as bad as the ones from 2011 to 2014, but they're still not great. So I'm gonna put them as a D tier jersey set. It just yeah, it just didn't fit. So in 2017 and 18, they kind of go back to the OG iconic Isles jerseys from the 70s and 80s. And similar to those ones from the 70s and 80s, they're just very nice jerseys. They're kind of what you think about when you think New York Islanders. Fortunately, they don't use the navy blue anymore, and they use the real blue color scheme that most of us associate with the Isles. Um, and there's not really too much to complain about with these jerseys. They definitely have a very good aesthetic appeal to them. And while they're not my absolute favorites, they're definitely very high up there. So yeah, I'm gonna put them right next to where I put most of the 70s and 80s jerseys in the A tier. And finally, in terms of actual jersey sets, we have the jersey sets from 2018 to present day, and the home and aways, they're the same ones from 2017 and 18. They just added a new third jersey, which is in the same vein of the third jersey from the Yankee Stadium series. And yeah, I mean, as I said previously, I do enjoy the aesthetic appeal of the third jerseys here. When they played the Rangers in that Yankee Stadium game, I thought they were very aesthetically appealing. I don't really have much to complain about with them, so I'm gonna put them in the same ranking as I did the previous ones in the A tier. So these aren't jersey sets anymore, but they're special event uniforms that I'm gonna rank in the same tier ranking as the jersey sets that I did above. The first one is the Stadium Series jersey that they wore in the Yankee Stadium game against the Rangers. I kind of explained that this is a jersey that I um, do like out of the team. So I'm not really going to go through with that again. I'm just going to rank it where I've kind of ranked the other ones, and I'm going to put it as an A tier jersey. the next one we have up is the 2021 Reverse Retro, which is pretty much a copy of their early 2000s navy blue jersey that I previously said it doesn't appeal to me. Again, this is not the shade of blue I associate with the Isles. Um, and it's just not very attractive to the eyes, in my opinion. Um, yeah, that's kind of it. It just isn't a very good jersey. It's mid at best. So I'm gonna put that as a D tier jersey. I don't really want to see this again. And finally, we can end on a pretty good note as the 2022-2023 reverse retros. They're not as great as the OG Fisherman jerseys because, in my opinion, to be great as a Fisherman jersey, you need the, teal in the jersey. But this isn't a bad option either. Aside from the teal being missing, this is a pretty good jersey. I definitely do enjoy when the team decides to wear the reverse retros, and yeah, it's an A tier jersey in my opinion. So yeah, that is pretty much a wrap on the video. Here's my final rankings. Let me know in the comments below if you agree with what I said, if you disagree with what I said, or if you just want to provide your own rankings. I am interested in seeing what the greater New York Islander community has to say.